home presents its own unique set of challenges. In this video, I'll be outlining 7 science-based strategies to improve your productivity and focus while working remotely. I'm Dr. Nishi Bhopal. I am a physician specializing in psychiatry, sleep medicine, and integrative holistic medicine. Tip number 1 is to have a dedicated workspace that is free of clutter. If you don't have a lot of room, if you have a small studio apartment or you just don't have a lot of space, you can get a folding desk that sort of folds up flat and you can put away at the end of the day. You can also get a small basket or a bin to put your things in so that you can clear the space of clutter. It is really important to have a decluttered environment. Studies show that having a cluttered environment or living in a cluttered home puts the body in a constant state of fight and flight. It increases cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone. The visual distraction of clutter causes cognitive overload, and it gives our brain too much to process, and our brain just doesn't know what to focus on. A study using functional MRI and other physiological measurements showed that reducing clutter in the home and in the workspace resulted in improved ability to process information, improved focus, and improved work performance. A cluttered and disorganized room results in a cluttered and disorganized brain. So if you want to focus better while working from home, keep your area neat and clean and have a designated workspace. Tip number 2 is to get dressed as if you're going to work, even though you're working from home. This isn't just to look presentable on Zoom or look good in your meetings, which is important as well, but it actually has an impact on how we think. There was a study out of the Columbia Business School that showed that people who dressed formally actually showed an improvement in abstract cognitive processing. They were able to think big and see the big picture. So the adage, dress for success, is true. It actually has an impact on our productivity, on our focus, and on our cognitive processing. Tip 3 is to get up and stand and move during your workday. Sedentary behavior, unsurprisingly, is associated with poor physical and mental health. Prolonged periods of sitting are shown to cause thinning of the medial temporal lobe, the part of the brain involved in storing memories. Standing at work helps to reduce restlessness and improve mood. In one study of participants using standing desks for 4 weeks showed that they had improved energy, improved vigor, less stress, and less fatigue. If you have the ability to use a standing desk at home, that is great. For those of us who don't have access to that, what I recommend is periodically every 30 to 60 minutes, what I do is after every meeting, I get up and I stretch and walk around. And if you want to take it a step further, you could try doing some squats or some push-ups or some jumping jacks just to get some extra movement and exercise into your day. And that will help you focus and have more energy to sustain your attention and your productivity as the day goes on. Tip number 4 is to take breaks and give your brain time to rest. There's a notion that if we're not working, we're not productive. And the idea of being productive all the time is problematic in itself, and we can save that for another conversation. Taking breaks is really important to give our brain time to zoom out and look at the bigger picture and connect dots that maybe we wouldn't have been able to connect when we were super zoned in and focused. And you may have noticed that sometimes the best ideas come from when you're not thinking about them, when you're driving or you're in the shower or you're working out or doing other things. Tip number 5 is to leverage your flow to reduce procrastination. So what this means is managing your attention rather than managing your time. For example, for me, I try to get my tedious tasks, the things that I don't like to do, out of the way first thing in the morning. So things like emails or paperwork or other things that are kind of mundane and boring. I do those first thing in the morning to get them out of the way because I know that I'm more creative later in the day. In Ayurveda, the ancient system of medicine from India, there's a pretty sophisticated understanding of time management and attention management and energy levels, and it's recommended to do what I was just saying, do your tedious tasks in the morning or get through your to-do list in the morning, and then the afternoon hours are thought to be more conducive to creativity and to allow those creative juices to get flowing. Another way to help you get into the flow state is to listen to music. I recommend listening to music without vocals, so listening to instrumental music, as music with vocals can be a little bit distracting. But music can help to reduce the heart rate, reduce blood pressure, and improve concentration. Tip number 6 is to fuel your body and to hydrate. You can think of your brain and body as a high-performance machine. So if you had a high-performance machine like a luxury car, you would be putting high-quality gas into that car. So your body is the same. So I want you to be putting high-quality food into your body. So this is food that's high in nutrients, things like fruits and vegetables and whole grains and healthy fats. You want to be making sure that you're taking a lunch break and eating a good, healthy lunch. And that's going to give you fuel to get through the rest of your workday and function at your best. Hydration, of course, is really important. So I recommend starting the day with a big glass of water to hydrate yourself and flush out your tissues first thing in the morning, and then drinking water throughout the day. So you can keep a water bottle or a glass of water on your desk. Tip number 7 is set a cutoff time for the end of the day and do some transitional behaviors to transition from the workday to the evening hours. So now that we don't have a commute, you can use that time, whatever time you used to use for commuting, use that now for exercise or going for a walk or doing some stretches or meditating. It's really important to have this transition and this wind down time in the evening to reset your cortisol levels, to regulate your metabolism, to help promote melatonin production and your circadian rhythm. If you found this video helpful, please check out my blog at IntraBalance, INTRABalance.com for more tips and tricks.